Hey everybody, Chris Bober here with Team Bober at Nebraska Realty, and thank you for tuning into this Facebook Live presentation, and of course it's going to go on my blog and to YouTube and other social media. But today I wanted to give you a little bit of an update of what's going on in the Omaha marketplace, and we'll also talk about a tool that we use called Broker's Price Opinion to help you with to fight maybe your property tax evaluation. So real quick before we do that, of course, our mission is to educate and empower our clients to make great real estate decisions. Now, in doing that, we want to provide you with knowledge, and this is the most recent statistics that we do have available from the Omaha Area Board of Realtors, and this is coming from the end of April. So we've had the month of May, and I'm going to show you some of those stats here next, but this is their compilation. You see in the nice red numbers that the top three categories are all down from last year. Of course, 2018 was a record year, but we are down in the number of on market. So we're down 11% from a very low number already. The number under contract and the number closed through the end of April was all down. Now that being said, the supply versus demand is definitely playing an important part here, because the number of volume closed as far as dollar amount is up 4%. The new and existing median sale prices are both up 4% and 7% respectively. So we have less houses being sold, less houses on the market, but overall the volume of dollars being spent on houses is up. So as you can see, the prices are going up even though the numbers aren't up for sales. Now, if we want to look at the current statistics, and I pulled these right before I came and did this presentation, it is June 6th in the afternoon. Right now we have 1,489 active listings. Those are non-new construction listings. So that's, again, way down. Historically, we do have 677 new construction listings. Those are actually going up. New construction is trying to catch up and keep pace with the demand here. They're still way behind. We had years and years of non-development. So these are out there. Again, not every new construction house is listed. So that's why there's an asterisk there. 2,684 pending contracts right now. That means we only have 1,400 plus 677, maybe about 2,000 that are actually available. There's more than that are under contract that are ready to be sold. All right. So May was a really, really big month. So in the month of May, there was only 752 new listings from what I can see, but there was over 1,000 pended, which means they went under contract from active to pending, and 1,500 closed. So the numbers are still up. May looks like it's going to be the best month of the year probably. A lot of new stuff got put under contract, and then June and July is when these things are going to end up closing. All right, so now I want to talk a little bit about what's a big issue going on in our marketplace right now. And I got several phone calls this week from past clients and friends and family members who are thinking that their assessments came out and their assessments are too high. And there's an article on the June 3rd in the Omaha World Herald talking about most homeowners won't have big valuations this year. Some of them are, because those are the people that are calling me. All right, you can go online and read that article, but Omaha housing market is hot, and of course the trailing effect of a great market is that the values go up, then of course taxes go up. All right, so let's talk about your tax assessment. The way taxes work is they have a mill levy, which is all the school and bond issues and property taxes. They apply that towards what is your assessed value. In the state of Nebraska, it has to be between 92 and 100% of what it considers to be its current market value as of January 1, okay? Here's the steps you take. If you get your assessment, you've got to know, if you're in Sarpy County, you got to notice this week. If you're in Douglas County, you probably got it previous, maybe a month or two ago. Here's the steps you take first before panicking. Number one is you want to check, go online. Online is the best way to do this. Go online to the Douglas or Sarpy County assessor, or whichever county you're in, and check the accuracy. Okay, make sure they got the square footage correctly, the number of bedrooms and bathrooms, any new improvements, any additions, anything like that. Because sometimes they're going to be wrong, and you want to make sure that's accurate. And also, if you ever do go talk to the assessor, that's the first thing they look at. Has the condition of your home changed? I know that when I went and bought mine a couple years ago, we had just had a hailstorm, so I used that to my advantage because the condition had changed. Have you improved it? What if you went and made a huge improvement? That might be why your taxes go up. If you had something that took the condition of it down, maybe it got older, whatever it is, make sure that that's accurate. Did you recently sell or buy or refinance? I had a client call me. We sold his house. I think it was for $305,000, and his property tax assessment came back at $280,000. Well, at $280,000, that's right about 93-94% of its market value that just sold. So he was being taxed correctly. The problem was and it came all the way down from like 250 up to 280 in 1 year. Yes, that was a large increase, but they were just catching up to the property valuation. And if you went down and tried to fight it, they'd say, you just bought it for 305, we're totally within our range of assessment and taxes. So whenever you do buy, sale, or refinance, that sale goes on the record, and that's where they'll get that information. All right, what is your home's current market value, right? Again, 92 to 100% of its market value is where they're allowed to assess it and apply taxes. If it's way out of whack, then you can come see me. So what I would like to have you guys do is call Team Bober first. There's my number right there, the 312-5076. Let me help you talk through this so we understand what you're up against. Number one, I'm going to help you understand how property is assessed, okay? Most of it is counterintuitive to what the normal person thinks. They think that it's wrong for their property to go up 12, 15, 20% assessed value. Well, it might not be wrong because the county doesn't care where they came from. They care what the current market value is. Sometimes people need to hear that, okay? The next thing is, what's your home worth, right? One of the first things a county assessor is going to say is like, well, if I wrote you a check today, what would you sell your house for? And if it's within that range, then the meeting's over and they're not going to change anything, all right? If it's wrong, sometimes, and I have seen this, and I have helped people, including myself, go to the county assessor and fight this. If your property is assessed higher than its market value, then you have a problem. Or you're being overtaxed, right? That means that you need to be able to show them proof that the property is actually worth less so that it applies to the mill levy and you have to pay less taxes. For that to happen, I would have to sit down and come visit the house. You know, it's really, really hard for me to help give you a price opinion if I don't see the property. It would probably require a face-to-face meeting, and then I would help create a broker's price opinion. Sometimes it's called a market analysis. And from this BPO, you can take this and take it down to the county assessor, and you'd have a professional evaluation to fight the taxes, okay? All right, so again, this new law that passed in 2015 is called LB 375. It allows for a broker's price opinion for tax appeals. It allows brokers to give price opinions to be used for that, and they can be used in meetings with the county assessor, and they may help lower the assessed value of your home. All right, is it worth challenging? This is what you have to decide. It's kind of like deciding whether or not you want to file a lawsuit. You know, are you within the parameters of saying that you're wronged and you have evidence to show them? It doesn't always help. Sometimes they're just not going to change. Number one is, and I've seen this happen before, it may result in an increase in your valuation. If you go down there and start bragging about how you redid the basement and you got new windows and you got this thing, or you might let it slip accidentally, sometimes they've taken that property assessment and raised it up, okay? So you have to be careful of that. The county assessor, they don't like to be wrong. They're professionals. They do this for a living. If you go in there spouting off at them and you accuse them of taking money from you and they're thieves or whatever it might be, well, more than likely, they're not going to admit that they're wrong and they're going to keep it the same. You may only delay additional taxes. We are very privileged in this country that we get to pay property taxes. I know it's a little bit counterintuitive. I know people don't like it, but it means that we have wealth. Go some other places in the world, they don't get taxed and they also don't get representation. So sometimes they're going to get you. The tax man is going to get you. They want to get you for the percentage of your property value. They might just be catching up. One of my clients called and his property valuation went way up. I'm like, well, you got a couple of years of paying less taxes than you probably own. So count yourself lucky. This does require a time and financial commitment. You know, to take the time to sit down and go through the process of doing this, and then take the, you know, that's cost you money. You're not working. Your time is worth money. It does take a commitment to do this. You got to decide whether or not it's worth it for you. So if you have any more questions about whether or not your home has been assessed correctly, I would love to help you out. I have a process for this. There's good and bad for certain things for this. But here's our contact information. Give us a call. You can go to teambober.com. We got a new website. All of our information is in there, and we would really love to hear from you. So from here at Team Bober at Nebraska Realty, we want to wish you the best of days. And if you have any questions about this, or if you're looking to buy, sell, build, or invest in the Omaha area real estate market, call the pros at Team Bober, and we will tackle the market for you. Thanks. Have a great day.